Bro, I've been wearing two
Alright,
different
folks, let's
shoes.
get started real quick. Folks, if I could get you to stop doing your warm-up. Okay, because it's really not a warm-up. The reason why I gave this to you is we need the backside. We need the backside. Okay, so today we learned that, wait a minute, when my pattern is adding and subtracting, what kind of function do we have? Linear. When my pattern is multiplying and dividing, what kind of function do we have? Exponential. And when I take the second difference and it's the same, what is that? Okay. Well, y'all, that's what you're getting ready to do in Delta Math. But the thing is, I'm sure you're like, well, Miss Batchuk, that was easy. Y'all, the reason why they were easy is because I picked numbers that visually you could tell what they were. It's not going to be that easy. It'd be nice if visually you could tell. Okay, by the way, if somebody's phone is going off, could I just get you to, if you just go over there and let's silence it, please. Okay, so, y'all, the problem is it's not going to be as easy as visually being able to see it. And the funny thing is, it's kind of tricky to do it on a calculator. So, that's what we're doing. So, y'all, what I want you to focus on is the back side of that increasing, decreasing. This guy right here. Okay? So, everybody needs a calculator in their hand. Everybody needs to be doing this with me. Everybody. Calculator in your hand, okay? Okay. So, y'all, I always check the easiest one first. It's the exponential because we're checking the ratio, and y'all, a ratio is dividing. So, y'all, you are literally going to do the second divided. You always go backwards, y'all. Everybody listen. It's going to be second divided by first, third divided by second, fourth divided by third. You always go backwards. So I need everybody doing this. Second number. I'm not worried about these numbers, y'all. I'm talking about the second number here divided by the first number. Okay, so second is 6720 divided by the first is 5376. Okay, now we have to go up to the third number. Third number, 8400. Everybody needs to be doing this with me. Divided by the second number, 6720. Look what's happening. It's the same. I'm going to check it one more time. Third number, divided by second. Wait a minute, I already did that. Fourth number, divided by third number. Look what happened. It's constant. Okay? So, if you'll notice, we did second, I'm just showing you the notes here, second divided by first. We did third divided by second. We did fourth divided by third. And it was the same. So, y'all, that's exponential. Remember, multiplying and dividing, that's exponential. So in the first drop-down box, when it asks you what type of function, you would put exponential. Now, y'all, the reason why, you need to pay attention. If you notice, I put them up in these boxes. Y'all, the reason why is because of that. Remember, a ratio is something divided by something. That's a ratio. So, y'all, the ratio is the one that's exponential. So, in the second drop-down box, you would click ratios of successive y values are the same. So, your second drop-down here, if it's exponential, would be ratios are the same. Remember, a ratio is something divided by something. It's division. So, that's what an exponential is going to look like. Okay? Notice, okay, never mind, we'll do that on the second one. Okay. All right, I'm going to go in an odd order. I'm going to go bottom left. I'm going to go bottom left. Okay. I need, where's your calculator? I need a calculator in here? Okay, so you're doing it with me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I need everybody doing this with me. Yeah. No problem. We should have some just sitting on some of these desks. Are we short calculators? Thank you. Thank you. Is everybody got a calculator? Okay. Has everybody got a calculator? Everybody got a calculator? Yeah.
Question. Why wouldn't you divide the fifth one by
Okay, Gianna had a great question, y'all. She said, why wouldn't I just go on to the fifth one? Y'all, once you do about 3 of them, you're good. Now, I'll be honest with you, I saw in a Delta Math earlier today, the third one was wrong, was off. If the first and second work, but the third was off, it's still not right. But once you've done about 3, you can feel pretty good that the pattern's gonna go on. Great question. Okay, y'all, exponential's the easiest to check for. I'm gonna check for that first. Everybody do it with me. Second, divided by, Paul, get your calculator in your hand. First. Third, divided by second. You always go backwards, y'all. Look, I can stop. I know it's not exponential. Okay, because the ratio's not constant. We good? Hustle. Okay, so y'all, I know it's not exponential. Now, this is where it's going to require a little work. We're going to try the subtraction. Okay, so everybody, we're going to do second minus, and be careful with your negatives, the first. Okay? Third minus the second.
Oh, shoot.
Looking good. Fourth minus the third. Y'all, when you go backwards like that, it's literally giving you the pattern. Just letting you know. Literally, this pattern is, the pattern is subtract 7 each time. That's how you get the pattern. Just letting you know. The pattern is subtracting 7 each time. And notice it's coming out the same. Kobe?
How do you know whether you used to like on the first one, we divided like the second one by the first one?
Yeah.
On this one, how do you know like whether you subtracted?
You have to, Kobe had a great question. He's like, how do I know I'm supposed to divide? You don't. You literally have to check them. Do you see, if you remember when I did the division on this, it didn't work. Mm-hmm. You should be getting the same thing every time, and if you don't, it doesn't work. You've got to check all 3, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. This one I didn't check all 3 because the minute I divided, I found out it was right. So this one I did the division, it didn't work. Now I got to move on. I'm going to do the subtraction. So y'all, the subtraction worked. So notice, subtraction is linear, and y'all, we took the subtraction on the first time, so the first difference was constant. So that is your correct answer. So it should be linear in the first drop-down box, and with linear, it's the first difference. Hope y'all are writing this down. This is your cheat sheet. This is your cheat sheet. Y'all should be writing this down. And how did that work? We did second minus first, then we did third minus second, and then we tried it one more time, fourth minus third. I always do it 3 times. And it was the same. That's the reason why it's linear. Okay? That's the reason why it was linear. And y'all, you always go backwards. You go second and come back to the first. Okay, so Kobe, again, I don't know what it is. I always start with the division because it's easy and quick. So here we go, everybody. By the way, I'm on the bottom right. I know I'm going in a circle, but I'm doing it on purpose. So second divided by first. Third divided by second. So Kobe, you see I can go ahead and stop. I know it's not exponential. You see that? So now I'm going to try the difference. Okay? So now we're going to do second minus first. Be careful with your negatives. Leave it on your screen. Third minus second. Okay, now here's where we're going to have to stop and write it down. Because remember, with a quadratic, the second difference could be the same. So y'all, I need to now write the first difference down. So look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a column for first difference. And y'all are going to have to do this. So you might want to write it down so you've got a little example. And a column for the second difference. So the first difference, the first one I did was negative 42. I'm going to write that down. The next one I did was negative 126. I'm gonna write that down. We gotta do another one. So let's do fourth minus third, and that was negative 210. And I gotta write it down. Okay? So y'all notice the first one didn't work, but y'all, I need to take the second one. That's why I got to have the numbers. So y'all, I'm doing it again with these numbers. Again, second minus first. Everybody do it with me. Second minus first, I get negative 84. Third minus second, look what happened. The second difference is constant. The second difference is coming out to be the same. Y'all, if the second difference is constant, that's a quadratic. So in the first drop-down box, you would click quadratic. And why? Because the second difference is constant. Okay, so y'all, if you're needing a cheat sheet for second difference, y'all, that's always your quadratic. If you need your cheat sheet, second difference is always quadratic. Okay? Yes?
It says on the paper that exponential is the second difference in the
No, no. Everybody thinks that. These boxes, I didn't mean for them to match. I'm sorry, Levi. I literally wanted you to have a box that this is what's going to be your first drop-down box. This is literally your second drop-down box. And I didn't mean for it to be confusing, but yeah, the item number doesn't match with that box. I get it. I get it. That's why I write EQL here. Write EQL there. Okay. Last one. We're coming back around. We're now at the top right. Okay, I'm going to check exponential. It's the easiest. So here we go. Second divided by first. Third divided by second. Boom. I know it's not exponential. Let's check first difference. Second minus first. Third minus second. At this point, I'm going to write it down. I know it's not the first difference, but I'm going to write it down. I got a 4, I got a 16. Let's do it again. Fourth minus third, 72. Okay, so now I'm going to take the second difference. Second minus first, third minus second. The second difference didn't work either, because I got 12 and 56. Y'all, none of them worked. The answer's none. And that's in your drop-down box. So y'all, that's how you figure out what your tables are when visually you can't see what they are.
So when it's 9, you just write 9 and
No, the drop-down box has none of the above. The drop-down box. Okay? All right, so folks, we're determining what kind of tables we have when visually it's hard to tell. I would leave this sheet out to help y'all out, and y'all, I'm just going to sit this here in case, you forgot. Second minus first, third minus second, fourth minus third. I'll just keep this on the screen, okay?